Calls to delete or block the short video app TikTok are still ongoing by governments of countries around the world, due to concerns that the developer ByteDance may allow the Chinese government to use it as a way to collect user data and process it, which would pose a threat to national security in these countries. The Indian government last week banned the application with 58 other Chinese applications, while the United States is also considering banning the application alongside other Chinese social networking applications. The Australian government is also investigating the application and instructing Ministry of Defence personnel not to use the application on their phones. What are the reasons for these governments to delete and ban the TikTok app? Initially, the application does not provide the type of data that it collects, and it is assumed that TikTok collects the same data that other social media applications collect. But the problem is related to the mechanism of data collection on the application, according to many digital security experts, which lie in that many of this data is collected in an unclear manner. In turn, Matthew Warren, a professor of cybersecurity at RMIT University, revealed that what happens when you install an app like TikTok is that you give it permission to access your microphone, camera and contacts, and it is necessary for the app to work. But this is also where things get more foggy, where there is suspicion that the application can also collect your location data, and the application is likely to collect information about other applications in your mobile phone. Exploits data issue. While a Reddit user explained that he analyzed the mechanism of the TikTok application and found that it collects much more data than other applications, where he said, TikTok is a data collection service that appears as a social networking site, and if you find a loophole in the programming interface of any application that allows it to collect information about you or your contacts, this application exploits this data. The published post also contained a technical explanation of the type of data stored in TikTok and the ways in which the application prevented users from refusing to collect their data via the application. And the post also highlighted that the application is trying to prevent you from knowing how much data it collects about you. Its Chinese origin, according to Fergus Ryan analyst, the Australian Strategic Policy Institute. The main thing that distinguishes TikTok from other apps is the fact that it is owned by a Chinese company, adding, a lot of apps that people use, including social media, collect a huge amount of the data about their users, and the permissions you ask for are often too much. But the thing that makes the TikTok application different is that it is from China, and this places it within the scope of a certain legal authority, which means that due to a set of different national security laws in China, there is no a specific law prohibits the Chinese authorities from using the user data held by the application developer. He added, this means that when Chinese intelligence agencies want, for example, to look at this data, there is no law that stands in the way, unlike companies in the United States, that can reject any government instructions that violate the privacy of their users, and this is simply not it could happen in China. Artificial intelligence war, on the other hand, the Chinese company, ByteDance, which develops the application of TikTok in the field of artificial intelligence mainly, uses such applications to collect data and analyze it to enhance its work, and for that it collects as much information as possible, and it is a top priority. Then we find that social networking applications, such as TikTok and Facebook, often exceed the limits when it comes to collecting user data and violating the user's privacy. But it appears that TikTok application does this intentionally by focusing on collecting as much data as possible, with instructions from the Chinese government to achieve its goal of outperforming the United States in the field of artificial intelligence. He pointed out that the app wars has recently become a new reason for fueling the months-long war between the United States and China, which started with commercial disputes, and then the corona pandemic, through Chinese hacker attacks on some of the research centers related to the mosque, leading to the prevention or reduction of flights. Before the US administration, strict visa granted to Chinese students, and the Hong Kong and Taiwan dossier that aggravated the rift between the two powers. The confusion remains about the social networking site TikTok, accompanied by a wide debate on what the application works. The New Today, revealed by former supervisors of the company, and said that TikTok was more like a digital prison focused on monitoring employees, and that the company was focused on protecting its public image, preoccupied with protection tools. The information also revealed that dozens of supervisors who the company hired to audit the content that sparked widespread controversy during the last period were forced to watch up to 1,000 videos per day within a few hours. Violation of children's privacy. Regarding accusations of a violation of the privacy of children, around which the Federal Trade Commission and the United States Department of Justice have opened an investigation. Sources told The Telegraph that TikTok urged his employees to give priority to monitoring videos that could harm the family image, while leaving private messages that have been reported. In contrast, TikTok says it has made many improvements to child safety policies in recent months, and it treats the welfare of its employees as extremely important. TikTok got a very wide popularity among children. Last month, statistics reported that half of British children between the ages of 8 and 15 use the application regularly. Although the official minimum age for the user is 13 years, it has spread especially among girls between the ages of 10 and 12 years. The company has now also reached nearly 1 billion users worldwide, amid warnings that the application is now attracting a number of child criminals who considered the application a way to find and communicate with their children. However, many warnings were issued stating that the application has become a fertile ground for obscene comments that spread video clips showing school children dancing. While the use of the application has grown significantly during the closing period of countries due to corona, how did the company deal with the influx of users? Also in the context, former TikTok supervisors revealed how the company handled the influx of new users and the activity that has grown significantly recently, explaining that, in 2018, TikTok entered the UK and began employing an army of clients outside China, with their headquarters in Britain and America. They added that when they were appointed, they were initially told that they would watch between 100 and 400 videos per day. But in reality they revealed that they were watching between 1,000 and 1,200, with the strict aim of reaching each video within 15 minutes of being tagged. This resulted in moderators watching videos only twice or 4 times to reach the team rations, according to the sources. The application also informed supervisors of the need to view and make judgments on videos in languages they did not understand, as the company did not have a division for that particular country. And one of them said, "It was horrific because you were feeling the stress all the time." Officials asked us to tell about what we saw every 2 or 3 hours. So how can we do that, stressing that at the end of the workday they could never sleep because the strong pop songs that they accompany the videos they watch for consecutive hours stuck in their minds. Pressure counseling. On the other hand, the company offered what it called consulting services for supervisors to deal with the pressures, but according to the supervisors, it was not effective, confirming that the work environment was tense as if you were subject to long monitoring for hours. For coffee, even in these simple breaks they were telling them that they had been away from their offices for a very long time, adding, "It was a digital prison, because you can't do anything without people knowing." TikTok denied the allegations, saying it is not the company's policy for employees to record their going to toilets and coffee breaks on the work system. Accusations of inaction. It is reported that TikTok is facing charges that the Chinese application to share short videos has failed to abide by the agreement announced in February 2019 regarding the protection of children. In addition, the Center for Digital Democracy, the Campaign for a Childhood Free of Trade, and others last May asked the Federal Trade Commission to consider allegations that TikTok did not delete videos and personal information of 13-year-old users or less as previously agreed. Share this with whom you think it will be beneficial to. Also don't forget to give us like and comment what do you think of this application. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you for watching and we will see you next time. See you soon. Peace out.